When people imagine wealth, they picture the obvious, the luxury SUVs, name-brand watches, rooftop getaways in Ibiza. It's flashy, loud, Instagram-ready. But here's the twist: true wealth? It doesn't scream. It whispers. Real financial success often doesn't come with a big announcement or a neon sign. In fact, the folks who are actually building serious wealth usually don't look or feel wealthy at all. They're not busy showing off, they're too focused on doing the things that actually move the needle. So if you've ever found yourself wondering, am I actually making progress, or why doesn't it feel like I'm getting ahead? This is for you. Because there are signs. Subtle ones. And if you recognize even a few of them in your life, you might be wealthier than you think, just not in the way the world wants you to believe. Today, we're walking through 7 low-key but powerful indicators that you're on the right track. And you might just be getting rich without even realizing it. You're no longer obsessed with proving anything. Let's start with a mindset shift. Remember when you used to want to show the world you were successful? Maybe you'd buy things you didn't need just to feel accomplished. Now? You've kind of outgrown that. You no longer feel the need to flex. You've stopped trying to keep up with people who are likely broke behind the scenes. You've realized that validation is expensive and peace of mind is priceless. Take someone like Devon Marks, former marketing exec turned quiet millionaire. He drives a 7-year-old hybrid, wears the same black t-shirts every week, and lives in a mid-range suburb outside Charlotte. But he also owns 6 rental properties and hasn't touched his 9 to 5 in years. Wealth stopped being about status for him. It became about control over his time. That's the quiet rich mindset. If you've stopped trying to prove your worth through purchases, you've already leveled up. You're building a gap between what you make and what you spend. Here's something the loud wealthy rarely mention: it's not what you make. It's what you keep. And you? You've started to master this. You earn a bit more now, maybe from your job, a side hustle, or smart investing, but you haven't let your spending spiral out of control. You're not doubling your lifestyle with every raise. You're not falling for "you deserve it's" marketing tricks. While your peers are upgrading their cars and taking monthly treat-yourself trips, you're quietly growing a gap. That space between income and expenses? That's your power source. That's where real wealth builds. You're not cheap. You're strategic. You don't deny yourself, you just don't fall for the trap of spending to feel rich. You're bored talking about money, and that's a good thing. When you're broke or barely getting by, money dominates your thoughts. Every purchase is a stress test. Every paycheck is already spent. But now? It's different. You've set up the systems. You're automatically saving. You're investing monthly without thinking twice. And you're no longer refreshing your bank app 14 times a day. Money used to be everything. Now it's just a tool. And here's the funny part: when your finances are in order, money stops being interesting. It becomes background noise, like running water in the pipes. You focus on bigger things: your health, your purpose, your legacy. Wealth isn't supposed to be dramatic. If your financial life feels kind of boring, that's actually a quiet win. You've created breathing room, and you don't talk about it. Remember when a surprise $400 expense would throw your entire month off track? Not anymore. You've built margin into your life. You've got an emergency fund. Maybe it's $1,000. Maybe it's $20,000. The number isn't the point, the freedom is. And here's the kicker: you don't feel the need to announce it. You're not posting screenshots of your savings. You're not humble bragging about maxing out your IRA. You just sleep better. That's the mark of someone who's quietly becoming financially bulletproof. If your job vanished tomorrow, you wouldn't panic. You'd pivot. Because you didn't just hope for stability, you built it. You're not just saving money, you're using it intentionally. There's a shift that happens when you go from surviving to strategizing. Instead of asking, How much do I have? You start asking, what do I want my money to do? You start spending on things that matter, tools that save time, courses that build skills, experiences that create memories. You invest more in things that multiply yourself, your freedom, your peace of mind. Luxury becomes less about price tags and more about value. You're not chasing a dollar amount, you're designing a life. And every dollar has a job. You think in years, not just paychecks. Most people operate in a 2-week cycle. They get paid, spend it, and hope for the best. But not you. You're playing the long game. You understand that real wealth is a marathon, not a lottery ticket. You're investing regularly, not trying to time the market. You're learning skills that compound over decades. You're okay being underestimated today because you're building for tomorrow. This mindset isn't flashy. But it's powerful. Because once you zoom out and think in years, not days, you stop making panic moves. You start making progress. You've started buying back time. Here's the final sign, and maybe the most important. You've realized that time is your most valuable asset. You no longer glorify hustle culture or burnout. You've started saying no to things that drain you, even if they pay well. You use your money to create space, to rest, to create, to think. Maybe you've outsourced chores, or you've chosen a job that pays less but gives you flexibility. Maybe you work 4 days a week and spend Fridays with your kids. Whatever it looks like, you're starting to design your time, not just your income. And that's a kind of wealth that doesn't show up on a balance sheet, but it matters more than any number. Conclusion: wealth grows quietly, until it doesn't. Here's the thing most people miss. You don't feel rich on the way up. There's no alert that pops up one morning saying, "Congratulations, you're financially free." No confetti. No parade. Just you doing the right things over and over until your future looks totally different from your past. And that's exactly what separates those who build lasting wealth from those who just chase the appearance of it. If any of these signs resonate with you, even just one, you're already ahead of the curve. You're not just making money. You're building a life that's stable, meaningful, and resilient. Because quiet wealth isn't about luck, or timing, or being born into the right zip code. It's about choices. The quiet choice to live below your means. The intentional decision to invest in your future. The discipline to focus on freedom, not flexing. And most importantly, staying the course when no one's clapping yet. So what's next? Keep going. If it feels slow, that's okay. If it feels boring, that's a good sign. And if it doesn't feel like you're getting rich, you probably are. Just not loudly. Not yet. And that's the best kind of rich, the kind that can't be taken away. Not by a market crash, not by a layoff, not even by a moment of doubt. It's earned. Quietly. So stay humble. Stay focused. And keep building, because real wealth doesn't shout. It shows up when you need it most.